Hi guys, it's Deni here. Today's video is going to be a bit unusual, since I'm not really going to show you games with insane graphics or mind-blowing storyline. Well, today's list is not about outstanding games. Today I'm going to show you the games you might have missed, cause not all of us have enough time to play everything there is to see. Trust me, you will definitely enjoy today's list. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay? Let's get started. And today we will start with Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's a tactical third-person shooter with intrigue, gunfights, lots of weapons, gadgets and a huge open world. The story here starts with the protagonist Ghost and his squad going to the island of Oroa. As they approach the island, their helicopter is shot down and everyone but Ghost is killed. However, he could not get away with it either and was wounded, and now, exhausted, he is forced to save his life while carrying out his mission. You will have to get into the life of the island, find allies among the local people and find out what the hell is going on here. You'll enjoy full freedom of action, a wide range of weapons and impressive selection of equipment and gadgets, an advanced shelter system, as much more. If you are not a big anime fan, you might have missed One Piece Odyssey, which is based on the anime One Piece of the same name. And it is possible to play it even if you have not watched the original anime, as the main character he goes to a completely new adventure not related to the film adaptation and the manga. The main character he is the same Monkey D. Luffy, better known as Straw Hat Luffy, who lives in a world divided into 4 large oceans. He and his crew set sail in search of treasure, but they soon get caught in the storm and are shipwrecked. The waves throw our characters on the shore of a blooming tropical island, and it is that their adventure begins. You will have to explore huge locations, improve your characters and fight with all kinds of enemies. Despite the rather dynamic story, the battles here are in turn-based mode, but they're made very cool. Next up, we have a third-person hacker action-adventure Watch Dogs Legion. It is a sequel to the famous story about the hacker group. They will have to dive into a confrontation with the corrupt London government and the numerous corporations controlling people's life in the English capital. One of the main features of the new Watch Dogs game is that now you can take any random NPC you like and make him your friend. Nothing has changed about the gameplay. You still have to hack into the system, use your stealth skills to get into different guarded buildings, complete story missions and so on. However, there are more mechanics, and the world is much busier and more diverse. If you like cartoon games, you'll definitely like Hi-Fi Rush. It's a dynamic action-adventure game that will take you to an unusual futuristic world that you meet Chai. In fact, he is one of the illegal corporation experiments who accidentally attached a music player to his heart during their research, and now it's up to you to fight your way to freedom through crowds of robots, waving your robot arm, which can be turned into a guitar and create some pretty spectacular combinations. But there is one thing: you have to move to the beat of lively music tracks, which are an essential part of the gameplay and the atmosphere of the game. I bet you haven't heard of the turn-based tactical card game Mahokenshi. Well, if you haven't, let me tell you about it. The game takes place on mythical islands, and you play as samurai mages from 4 powerful houses: Sapphire, Topaz, Ruby and Jade. Each house has its own peculiarities that affect the gameplay. You'll need to defy fate and create a cool deck of cards so you can defeat your opponents and complete different missions. You will have more than 200 interesting cards at your disposal that can be upgraded by fighting with mighty opponents, finding treasures and opening new locations. All in all, you will definitely enjoy this game, especially if you are a fan of card games. Have you ever wondered how difficult it was to rebuild destroyed cities after World War II? The guys at World War II Rebuilder thought of that and created an entire game about it. In this building simulator, you will be clearing debris, removing rubble and garbage, using special equipment and rebuild cities in Europe. The game will take you to different countries and their ruined cities. Along with the restoration of destroyed buildings, you will learn the event's history that caused the destruction of the building. Generally, the game is good for you if you want to have something relaxing, cause there is a nice and calm soundtrack and chillaxing gameplay. I think many of you have heard about the Dead Space remake, which in fact is not a remake, but just a remastered version. But in case you still missed it, we will show it to you now. It's a third-person sci-fi horror shooter in which you travel to distant space and engage in combat with aliens. The story tells us about a space technician named Isaac Clarke. He has been sent to the spaceship Ishimura to figure out why there is no activity on the ship, but when he arrives on the ship, he discovers crew members rising from the dead and necromorphs, an unusual life form that attacked everyone without exception. As you might have guessed by now, he will wander the ship's decks, fight the necromorphs, and solve some puzzles from time to time. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts was recently released, and it is a game you might have missed as well. It's a shipbuilding simulator that you can build literally anything, from a torpedo boat to a powerful battleship. You can use real designs or rely entirely on your imagination. But the best part is that you are not just building and designing ships, you are also taking part in large-scale military battles, and that is where you will discover the strengths and weaknesses of your designs. Your opponent, he is an advanced AI that analyzes your fleet and thinks through the most effective tactical against you. So, if your ships have any weak points, you can be sure that this AI will find them, and then there will be hell to pay. Next we have the action RPG Forspoken. A certain lady named Freya was peacefully living in New York City until she somehow moved to the world of Atia. Besides, once Freya found herself with a mysterious talking bracelet and a power that allows her to use magic. Obviously, her first thought was, how the hell I'm going to get home? But after a little while, she decided it would be better to first help the locals resist the mystical ancient evil and of course try out her new abilities. As you are playing this game, you will learn a lot of spells that will allow you not only to defeat your enemies, but also to levitate, to overcome obstacles, to create elemental traps and so much more. What's more, all of these spells can also be combined with each other. And the next game on today's list is a two-dimensional adventure inspired by Scandinavian mythology, Atone, Heart of the Elder Tree. Here you will play as the courageous warrior Astra. You will set out on a journey through Midgard to uncover the truth about her father's death. The gameplay here is a combination of interactive storytelling and special puzzle elements. There is also a combat system which is rhythmic, however, most of your time will be spent solving rather complex puzzles, searching for hidden pathways and discovering all sorts of secrets. But that doesn't make the game any worse, does it? If there are those of you who are sick of waiting for Skull and Bones, you should definitely try Tortuga, A Pirate's Tale, which is very similar to Skull and Bones and definitely not worse than that. He will be brought to the 17th century Caribbean Sea and will lead a fleet of brave and noble pirates that have decided to save four great powers from excessive wealth with their lives. Yes, these bandits think they are heroes. So So he will be scattering on the water surface, taking part in the epic battles, finding treasure, and constantly progressing. The story here is quite long, on average it will take you about 25 hours, not counting the dozens of side quests that are randomly generated on the map. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something interesting, and if so, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Deni, see ya guys soon.